Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with Dustin from Convoy Home Loans. How you doing, Dustin?
Good. How you doing, Mike?
We are going to hit a topic that I have not talked about with any of my lenders. I've been doing this show, have over 8,000 videos, so it's pretty rare that we hit a topic that we have never hit before. So buckle up, Dustin. We're about to do something new.
Let's do it.
So we've talked about short-term rentals on my channel a lot, Airbnb, VRBO, basically rent by the nights, if you will. I
Yeah.
have never, this is crazy to say, never talked about getting a loan for short-term rentals. It's different, right? If you look at the tax structure, which I've talked to, cost segregation, short-term rentals are categorized as a business,
Yep.
where rental, like I do, month to month, is passive. One is active, one is passive. There are a completely different kind of tax changes. I have no idea what the lending structure is for a short-term rental versus kind of a month-to-month, which I'm used to. So you are doing lots of short-term rental loans. Are there differences? What are they? It's a business versus I mean, I can only imagine what's going on in short-term rental loans.
So short-term rental loans, we're going to you. I mean, obviously you can buy a property going full doc and just
Mhm.
show your tax returns and all that. But where most of the investors that we're dealing with are buying short-term rentals, they're using a spinoff of the DSCR product.
Okay.
Not a spinoff, but it is a DSCR product. But instead of calculating the long-term rent to qualify and justify against what the mortgage payment would be and the cash flow or non-cash flow ability of that property,
Mm-hmm.
we have a couple different ways that we can essentially skin the cat here.
Okay.
um, on a short-term rental, you can do what is called air DNA. I'm sure a lot of
Mm-hmm.
your
Sure.
subscribers have heard of it. So we'll have areas, let's just say in close to us, Big Bear,
Sure.
Joshua Tree, Palm Springs, those three places, somewhat close to LA. It's very hard to find, especially with where rates are at right now,
Mm-hmm.
to get a long-term market rent
Oh, for
either
sure.
in place or, if you're buying it, have an appraiser put a good long-term rent that'll cover the mortgage payment.
Yeah.
Uh,
Rates are going up, making it harder and harder. No question.
Yeah, so we've had, I mean, perfect example. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. I lose track of time sometimes. Um, we had one client that came to us because he got declined by another lender. They were only able to do long-term rents. It was actually in Joshua Tree.
Mm.
They gave him like it was like for a $400,000 home.
Mm-hmm.
The appraiser put like 1,100 on it.
Oh, that's not going to work.
So that was declined right away.
Yes, like nope, check, bye. Yeah, close the file.
Done. But what we did is we have, so like I said, we ran it through Air DNA, but we also have a partnership with a couple, it's only two appraisal management companies that will specifically do short-term rental
Oh
numbers
wow,
on the
that's
tenants of an appraisal.
that's very
So
cool.
some of our lenders accept that, so we know where to send it to. But we got that done in like 2 days, and the rent came back at 3,400 on a
I
short-term
I
basis.
want to repeat that. So again, so basically what you're doing is, again, you're filling a need. You just are. I mean, people want to do short-term rentals. People buy in Big Bear and Joshua Tree, Palm Spring, and like markets around the country. It doesn't make sense as a month to month. 1,100 doesn't work at a 400K purchase price. It doesn't even work if you put 50% down. It doesn't work, right? It's just a big fat no. But you can go to Air DNA, sorry, right? Air DNA.
DNA, yeah.
And you also have specific appraisers that will do short-term rentals. They're going to
Mhm.
look at daily rates, occupancy, probably have some kind of factor, like we'll take 85% of that or whatever it is. And what you got out of that was, what'd you say, 3,500?
Correct. Nearly tripled the numbers
That is
because
banana. Now, 3,500 at 4 grand. Oh, do we have Jonathan walking in?
yes.
Mr. Late Boy's here.
Oh, the LA traffic got him. So we're just talking about short-term rental loans, and basically, you guys have a process that people need to follow. The Joshua Tree example, 30. That's awesome, because again, that loan makes sense. What was the down payment, like 25% on that loan, Dustin?
Yeah, that one was at 25. That was a purchase. It was here's one thing, short-term rental loans, because of that filling the need or the void.
Yeah,
And there's a little bit more of a risk from the lending point of view. You're
of
going to
course.
see on average about loan to value wise, a 5% reduction from if it
As
was
you
a-
should. It's all about risk management. This should be expected. Yes.
So all short-term rental loans are going to be capped at 75, like we've discussed
Mhm.
multiple times. Long-term is going to be at 80.
Mhm.
I don't know if I want to roll this out today, but we'll talk about some other.
Yeah. You got some other good stuff coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of you that watch my channel that are interested in short-term rentals. A lot of you have been looking in markets that is hard to do deals. Convoy Home Loans is once again created a product that will fix that. Right. You guys, if you're seriously looking at this stuff, or you already own them and you're having difficulty refinancing, you need to reach out today. Dustin, Jonathan, where do you want him to go? How do you want him to reach out?
Email private client at convoyhomeloans.com and let us know you're coming from where at.
Yep. You'll get one of these two guys that will help you. That is our deal. Dustin, this is awesome, man. Again, it's really rare that I do a topic out of 8,000 plus videos that I've never hit. This is the first time we've talked about short-term rental loans. I'm glad you have process and infrastructure in place. I'm going to guess that you get a lot of people reaching out because, again, I've never talked about getting a loan. It's a different ballgame. So nice work.
I mean, we're actually a Bigger Pockets featured lender, right? So if you look on the page on Bigger Pockets, you'll see us in the short-term rental space right now there. But I actually had a question. I'm glad I walked into this episode because I had one of your listeners ask me yesterday. I've never heard Mike talk about short-term rental loans. You know, what is he or short-term rentals in general? What's kind of, I guess their question was, what is your opinion on it, and why don't you, kind of venture into the short-term rental space yourself?
Yeah, so I think that's a great question. So I have a really good life, Jonathan. I don't need to add complexities.
Yeah.
So
true.
a lot of my decisions are based on the fact that I don't want to add complexities. So I will not have employees, right? Anything that's one rental at a time, comments, all this other stuff. It really is me. It's not some virtual assistant in the Philippines. Why don't I do short-term rentals? I don't want the headache. I already have a great infrastructure for 100 of units month to month. I don't want to create another infrastructure for daily rentals. I just don't want it. And let's be clear, I think most people suck. So, getting a lot of people to turn over in my units might, Murphy's Law says eventually somebody's going to suck and do something that I don't want to deal with. So really it all boils down to complexities. I realize I'm getting less money. I have plenty of units that would be great short-term rentals, just not going there. I don't have to, so I don't.
I mean, that was one for your viewers. So
yes, you're the man. Again, I think they're wonderful. I think short-term rentals, like Anna Kelly talks about them all the time. I think short-term rentals, nightly rentals done right is an amazing business. I do fear that a lot of people see short-term rentals as the easy button. And instead of being like Anna Kelly, where you're buying on the ocean, you're like, you know what? I can't afford the ocean. I'm going to go down the street, across the freeway, behind the cemetery. That's where I'm going to buy. There's no problem. That'll work. Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah. No, I agree. We agree.
Yeah. So guys, thank you much. And again, thank you. Go to private client at convoyhomeloans.com. Let them know you came from Oret. You get one of these two fine gentlemen to help you. That's our deal. So thanks, guys.
Thank you.